So the youth is going to be sharing some ideas that we have going on, some things that we're doing. So we have this nice table set up. But first I'd like to read two verses for you. Matthew 7, 13 and 14. Just an idea that I heard at a conference that I went to in Nashville in April, and just the idea really stuck with me. So it says, "Enter through the narrow gate, for the gate is wide and the road is easy that leads to destruction, and there are many who take it. The gate is narrow and the road is hard that leads to life, and there are few who find it." And I think that's very fitting for ministry in general, but kind of for what we want to do with the youth group. We think about it, the gate is narrow that leads to life. But what I want to do, and what I think we all want to do here, is take that gate and fill it. We want to create traffic jams on the narrow gate. We want to have so many people who come to Jesus that there's traffic jams. That's kind of one of our goals. We have a lot of goals. We have a lot of things going on. But today we're going to be talking about something that I think is really cool, our house rules. So we have a responsibility to our youth today. Ministry isn't just something we expect to be done by someone, or something we can just pay someone to do. I really enjoy what I'm able to do, and I really feel like we're impacting the community and our church just with these teenagers. But we need your help. If it means your help during a service, help with food for the evening, or if you can help in some other way. We have a responsibility to our teenagers physically and online. We set the example, and we have to remember that we made a promise to them. We promised to care and nurture for them. How are we doing now? Are we keeping that commitment? Today, what we're doing is presenting our house rules. And it's kind of to change our conversation. So for us, when you think about a house rule, you might have them at home. It's something that, binds your family together. It's those rules that you might communicate to say what you want to be about, what it looks like to be part of that family. And what I want to do with our house rules is to start a conversation and hopefully continue that conversation much longer than just today. So today we'll discuss our house rules. And you might have the house rules at home. So again, these could be spoken or unspoken. So you might actually have house rules on your house posted inside. Or you might have the unspoken ones. So for me, we had spoken house rules like, you had to wear a t-shirt at the dinner table. There was no rule about pants. You had loopholes there. We also couldn't have our phones out at the table. It was family time. You were there to talk. We also had unspoken rules like don't kill each other. That kind of became a little spoken because I had a little sister growing up. Love one another, be caring, show compassion, and don't wake up my sister before 11 a.m. House rules are there. They're the rules that bring your family together. For us, our house rules as a youth group are statements that bind us together. They're the things we want to be about, the statements that are what we represent and what we strive to be, and ultimately where we want to go. They're kind of living goals. So when you think of goals, they're static. They're one place. That's where you're going. For us, our house rules are always moving. Something that's attainable, but it's continual. So we're going to go over them. We have 12 house rules. We're going to go over them real quickly, but it isn't just about me. If the teenagers would like to come up, I'd like you guys to share your thoughts on them as well. If not, we'll still talk about them, but I'd love if you guys could come up and share about them as well. But our house rules are as follows. The first one is we are worship leaders. The second one is we are note takers. We are people bringers. We are disciple makers. Friends become family. Everyone contributes. All are welcome. No one sits alone. We have fun. We love genuinely. We be real. and Jesus is greater. So these are what we want to be about. It's important to us. It's not just something that we're going to blatantly be like, oh guys, we're worship leaders. It's not just something we're going to post. It's to change our conversations. It's something where we could say, hey guys, as opposed to me saying, hey, get off your phone. I can say, hey, we're worship leaders. We're note takers. It's to change the conversation. And that's what we're trying to do. It's not just about saying one thing. It's changing conversations. And it's what we want to be about. So ultimately, we can say things like we're worship leaders, and what that means to us. It means we participate. It means we lead. We're setting an example. It's important for us. We're note takers. We're not just there to be there. We take notes. We pay attention. For us, we're people bringers. It's not just about filling a seat on a Sunday night. It's about bringing people. It's about having fun. It's about being a community. We're disciple makers. For us, it's not about just, again, sitting in a seat to learn about Jesus. It's action. It means that we are actively trying to make disciples. We are disciples who make disciples. Friends become family. I'm going to steal it from Olive Garden when you hear your family. But in reality, that's what it should be about. It's not just about you come, you have fun, you eat. It's about you come here, your family. Everyone contributes. If we're having a discussion, I want everyone to participate. It's not just about sitting there and having fun and worshiping. It's about, hey, let me add to the discussion. Let me talk about what I think. Even if it's in conflict, it makes a great discussion. All are welcome. I don't want anyone to feel like, our youth group's exclusive. I don't want to say, hey, you don't fit in. Because if anyone doesn't fit in, it's probably me. But in reality, everyone is welcome. No one sits alone. When you come in, I don't want you to sit alone. I want everyone to have the opportunity to sit next to someone. And if you're not sitting next to someone, hey Justin, just remember, we don't sit alone. So Justin's going to go sit next to him. Because guess what? That adds to friends become family. You can't become family if no one's going to talk to you. And no one's going to talk to you if you're sitting alone. So guess what? Justin's going to sit next to you. We have fun. And I think that's an obvious one. When you come to youth group, you expect to have fun. So that's what we're about. We're about having fun. We love genuinely. When you come in, we're real. We love genuinely. It's not just about, you come in with faith. No, we're real. We have real discussions. And that's for sure. We be real. It's not good grammar, but it's what we are. We're real. So when you come in, we're going to have real discussions. One of the things that I've said to youth a lot is, what you're saying here, it's going to stay here, unless you're talking about hurting yourself or someone else. It's important because we're going to have real discussions. We're going to be real with each other. And Jesus is greater. That's a central point for us. The gospel is important to us. It's not about us, just having fun, just worshiping. No, we're going to have real discussions about who Jesus is, and we're going to share the gospel. So our house rules are not just to say this is what the only thing that we're about. We have a lot of other core values, written rules, and other things. But these rules, they're just not something arbitrary to talk about. They're here to draw us together, to allow us to grow closer, and help us build one another up. We're a community of like-minded individuals who are coming together, surrounded by the main thing. Jesus is greater. If we keep that as our main thing and part of our main rules, the community of people who come together consistently and authentically. This is our foundation. This is the basis for who we want to be. We'll have other rules and other principles come up. It might even bring us together. But these are the ones I want to have written. I want to have stated out loud. These rules become the basis for who we are, who we're striving to be, and ultimately what we want to be about. These could be like your house rules. Like we said, you might have certain rules. But for us, our house rules represent much more than just a standard. They represent who we are and who we want to be. We're worship leaders. We're note takers. We're people bringers. We're disciple makers. Friends become family. Everyone contributes. All are welcome. No one sits alone. We have fun. We love genuinely. We be real. And Jesus is greater. These rule notes may seem simple, but they bring us together. And we'd love for you to be able to be a part of that, to walk with us on this journey. For us as a group, we need your help. Not just on a Sunday night, not just on events. Yes, we definitely need your help there. But if you can't help, we encourage you to pray for this ministry. I want you to continue to see God move in this ministry, and prayer is a catalyst for that. So if you're interested in helping, please come talk to me. Or you can check out the youth page on our website. We have more information as well as a leader's guide there. So we have one of these. We have this pretty intense 12-page leader's guide that you can check out. And we have a lot of other stuff. So we have our goals, our vision, our mission, leadership values. We have a lot of stuff, but it's not just about the stuff that we have there. So you may feel like you might be out of your element, but the teenagers will surprise you. Trust me, they say some crazy stuff, but it's so important. One of the best things I've ever heard about faith and the Bible comes from teenagers. So, as we finish up, I want to say, I went to Nashville in April and attended a youth pastors conference. And our closing speaker talked about prayer. She really taught me a lot, and she said a lot. One of the things she really said really got me thinking. She was talking about speaking to a teenager or a young adult who was working at a summer camp. And so she asked her about prayer. You know, teenagers always say the darndest things, kind of like kids say the darndest things. And it was an interesting situation. The girl worked at this camp. She had to trek up a mountain a couple miles, and so she couldn't ask for a ride, but if someone offered, she could take it. So she kind of wormed her way into getting the other person to ask. And the speaker, Megan Fate Marshman, ended up giving her a ride, and at the close of the ride, she said, well, do you have anything to add about prayer? Thinking, you get some sort of crazy thing. But what she said really impacted the speaker. And what she said about it was, when you are okay with not knowing everything, you become more excited to learn something. See, she was scared to ask her a question because she didn't know what was going to happen. She didn't know the answer, but she got something so powerful from that teenager. When we approach ministry, especially with teenagers, we have to be okay with not knowing. I'm excited for what we have coming with these teenagers. I'll be asking some of you to help. Or maybe you're as excited as me and you're going to ask how you can help. We have crazy, interesting, and new things planned, like a junior-senior retreat planned for October, where we'll be teaching practical skills, and I'll need your help with that. Practical skills like, how do you change a tire? How do you jumpstart a car? And these ideas that, you might not know going off to college or starting your life, or, skills like how do you balance a checkbook? Well, what if you don't use a checkbook? There's a lot of things that our teenagers might not know when they go off to college, but they might need to know. Or a basketball tournament planned for September 15th. It's one of those things that, we have this awesome facility. How can we get into the community in a different way? And I'm not really planning it. I actually have a teenager who's planning it. Or in February, we have a winter retreat. And like I said, we can't do ministry alone, and we cannot do it without your help. So again, our house rules are, we are worship leaders, we're note takers, we are people bringers, we're disciple makers, friends become family, everyone contributes, all are welcome, no one sits alone, we have fun, we love genuinely, we be real, and Jesus is greater. Thank you.